Yeah, just checking a few things here. Okay, that's enough of that. That is decidedly enough of that. Okay, the rig seems to be behaving. The equipment seems to be behaving. All right, cool. Let's go. Hello there, everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday evening. Happy Wednesday night. Happy Eclipse Day if you are in the trajectory of one, or if you were in the trajectory of one. I wasn't. So my eyes are still alive. But anyway, how you doing out there? How you doing? Happy Wednesday, wherever you are, whenever you are, whoever you are. It is I, the Professor of Pugilism, the Archduke of Old School, the Lord of the Soup, and the Master of Galaxies. The man of the hour, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, Poncho Smith here. Welcome in. Welcome back. And, we are fulfilling the promise of the gate. We are heading back towards the gate. Back towards, hopefully the remainder of Chapter 1 and maybe some of Chapter 2. Hopefully we can tackle some of that during the stream. But yeah, we are continuing on with Steins Gate. We are continuing on in our little chuny adventure to determine why dead girls still talk. I used to love her, but I had to kill her. I knew I'd miss her, so I had to keep her. Oh, okay. I thought I answered the email already. Oh, it's Luca. How did we answer this last time? Okay, don't let the organization find us. I think that's what we did. I think that's how we tackled it the last time around. Okay, we're trying to be prompt, trying to be punctual with our email responses. Okay, I was at university all morning. As I returned to Akiba, the heat is now becoming unbearable. I grab an iced coffee at the bakery inside Yodobashi to quench my thirst. Yeah, I'm not really an iced coffee guy. While I'm at it, I guess I'll check, channel on my phone. I mostly frequent the occult board, the future technology board, sometimes the physics board. I search for threads on the mass disappearance phenomenon, or Makise Kurisu's stabbing, but turn up nothing. So, were those hallucinations after all? When I peek at the occult board, I found posts in multiple threads from someone claiming to be John Titor. Wait, John Titor is back? John Titor appeared on an American BBS... I don't know what they mean by BBS, some broadcast... message board, I guess, on an American BBS 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveler. He claimed to have time-traveled from the year 2036 in order to obtain an old computer, the IBM... Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to, but how you doing, Rainiac? How you doing? Happy 55th stream, I guess. IBN. Okay, so let's head over to our tips. Okay, fictional, obviously based off of IBS. An American computer company. Not only do they develop and sell hardware and software, they also offer service and consultation to enterprises. In recent years, they have made the latter their main focus. IBM invented floppy disks and hard disk drives. Well, they're talking about a specific model here. Okay, it's not there. Alright, back out of that. Back out of that. Okay, the IBM 5100, he claims... His claims started quite a storm among the BBS denizens. Teeter also made several accurate, if fragmentary, predictions of future events. The start of the Iraq War and the spread of the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, for example. Okay, another name for the bovine spongiform encephalopathy, BSE, commonly known as mad cow disease, but only used in the case of human infection. Early symptoms include memory loss, abnormal movements, and personality changes, dementia, and muscle stiffness. I do not suffer from any of that. In severe cases, the patient may waste away for 1 to 2 years before dying of respiratory paralysis or other complications. Okay, so Creutzfeldt-Jakob. Okay, Creutzfeldt-Jakob. Thank you for the pronunciation, I just noticed. Very, very kind of you, game. To prove he was from the future, he explained the principles behind his time machine and provided pictures of its operation manual. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. At one point, his predictions gained popularity even in Japan. Yes, he certainly did get some things right, but on the other hand, he missed several others. Some of his posts contradicted each other, too. That's why to this day, most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveler. So, after 10 years of silence, that same John Titor is now on a Japanese BBS? Ridiculous. It's obviously a troll. If you need me to tell you what a troll is, nothing I can do for you, man. First of all, John Titor is American, yet now he's posting on channel in Japanese. Let's take a look at his posts. Okay, well, these are some interesting names. Let's see, I don't expect you to believe that I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. Time technology was developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2034. Okay, time traveler, lol. John Titor, lol. From Kuri Gohan and Kamehameha. More details on the time machine. That's an interesting name. Do they sell time machines? How much do they cost? I've got about 100 million yen saved. Can you send me one? Okay, moving further along in the thread, CERN has a monopoly on time machines. Not even the most powerful nations on Earth can acquire one, to say nothing of private citizens. CERN used their time machine for power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. Okay, there is no war, no conflict, however, that is a false peace founded on the corporate eradication of liberty. Okay, no war, no conflict, however, that is a false peace founded on by the complete eradication of liberty. What does LOL mean? Why did you come to this time? Was the Akaba satellite you were doing? The satellite crash from the previous episode. Wait, guys! Titor-san doesn't understand channel lingo. Let's keep it simple, okay? If you know what I mean. Get a trip code, asshole! I came here to change my present, in other words, your future. My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and restore freedom to the world. This is a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free. But you will lose it all in just 20 short years. It is vitally important that you understand what the future has in store. What is a trip code? Might I get one if you tell me what it is? Alright, moving down along a little bit further, you said only CERN has time machines. You have a time machine, that must mean you're working for CERN, therefore your goal can't be to destroy CERN's dystopia. You're a fraud. QED. What's a dystopia? How can CERN take over the world in just 20 years? Look at the Middle East. You've been reading too much manga if you think you can get those guys to stop killing each other. Okay. Who asked you to change the future? You trying to play God? If they're promising world peace, then I, for one, welcome our new CERN overlords. Alright, back to Mr. Titor. My time machine is a prototype reverse-engineered from stolen CERN technology. Compared to their time machine, its capabilities are quite limited. In 2036, the world is ruled by a single all-powerful governing body. They control every aspect of our lives, deciding what we will eat, where we will live, and whom we will marry. There is no privacy and no choice. Anyone who dares oppose them is eliminated. Total elimination. Anybody who dares oppose them is eliminated. There are no trials. In movies and stuff, small changes to the past cause huge changes to the future. You've already changed the present by coming here. What happens if you make unexpected changes to the future? Implying CERN rules the world. Do you even know what CERN is, lol? OP is a troll. So if we find his dad and kill him, then this time traveler, LMAO, will never be born and we won't have to listen to this bullshit, am I right? I want to know if you can meet your past self. Can you have self-cessed? Yes, asking the important questions. You're talking about the so-called grandfather paradox, whereas Mr. Teeter again. That has been debunked. This world line has a divergence of 0.571024% compared to the world line I came from. Killing my father would alter divergence, creating a world line where my father is dead. However, it would not erase this world line. I would go on existing. CERN is a particle physics research institution that hasn't changed in 2036. It is possible to meet your past self. The prevailing theory in my time is that nothing would happen. I, however, haven't met my past self. If you're really a time traveler, then fucking prove it. Post time machine pics or get the fuck out. The many worlds interpretation. Whoa, slow down, bro. Research institution taking over the world. Lol, what? I do not feel the need to prove that I am what I say I am. I am only posting these messages on a whim. My mission comes first. What are world lines? Can you meet yourself from another world line? What happens if you do? If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? Late reply. A trip code is a way to identify posters. Put hashtag password after your name. Lol, backpedaling. Alright, we're getting into the heavy reading bits already. Ugh. World lines are like an infinite number of rivers flowing in parallel. Along the way, they are constantly branching out into new world lines. This is called divergence. For example, whether or not you post on this message board has practically no effect on this world line's divergence. But if you were murdered, let's say, then the divergence would change. However, it would only change by about 0.000002%, if that. A single human's death is not terribly significant on a global scale. Wars, disasters, acts of terrorism, and other events that cause widespread death and destruction have a much greater effect on divergence. Thanks for telling me about trip codes. I'll make sure to use this one from now on. I'm starting to get tired, so let's pick up again tomorrow. It's been fun talking to everybody. Okay, looks like they've already made an archive of these threads. Of course, there have been sites dedicated to John Teeter for years now. This post closely resembles what the original Teeter wrote 10 years ago. I've read one of the books on Teeter, that's how I know. This new John Teeter is clearly an imposter. There are many Teeter fanatics on channel. He's not exactly a household name in Japan, but I doubt anyone would fall for this level of trolling. We're squinting. As I continue to read, however, I find the response the opposite of what I expected. Everyone is accepting this time traveler as if this were his first appearance. Nobody has even mentioned his appearance 10 years ago. Finding this strange, I try posting a retort, but everyone ignores me. What the hell? You can figure this out if you do a little research, people. There's the original John Teeter thread archive in English, and plenty of Teeter blogs in Japanese. I entered John Teeter's name in a search engine. 12 matches. Wait, only 12? Moreover, all 12 are about the current Teeter's postings on channel. I can't find a single trace of the Teeter from 10 years ago. Bizarre. This just can't be. I searched for information on Teeter a few years ago. Back then, I got tens of thousands of hits. Is this search engine filtered? I try searching on another site just to make sure, but it gives the same result. What is this madness? It feels like I've stumbled upon another plane of reality. Could this be another organization conspiracy? These past 2 days I've been surrounded by nothing but chaos and confusion. I'll call Daru. Let's see. Address book. Let's give him a call. Hey, Taitor. Taitor. Honestly, Taitor is easier to pronounce. Uh-oh. Oh boy, here it comes. Again, it's his home away from the lab, because the lab is his home away from home. May Queen Nyan is a maid cafe in Akiba. Isn't that... Do they just ignore... You don't say plus, it's... Or cross, it's May Queen Nyan's... But do I pronounce the squared? Does anyone know if I pronounce the squared? Do I pronounce the cross here? Do I pronounce the plus and or the squared? Or is this just more chuny bullshit? Okay, maid cafe. A type of cafe where the waitress wear maid uniforms, usually in the French maid style. They usually call their customers master. Patrons can talk to the waitresses and play games with them, but ultimately maid cafes are restaurants, not bordellos. Daru's a regular there. Apparently 3D cat maids are his thing too. Actually, it's not sensitive at all. May Queen Yan is only a 3-minute walk from the lab. Coming from, Kuramebashi Dori, take a left at, Sumakosaka Crossing, and you'll find it. That's where I'm headed now. It's usually busy in Akiba during the summer break, but now it's even busier because of, the Radikan incident. Or maybe I should say Rady, because I guess Rady meaning radio. The area was blocked off yesterday, but it doesn't look like they could keep the main road closed for 2 days straight. I haven't seen a single police officer today. But the Radicon building still seems off limits. The entrance shutters are closed shut and sealed with yellow police tape. Also, I took the game volume up 1 decibel, so let me know if that's sounding okay for you. 墜落した人工衛星がどこの国のものなのかについては現在も調査中とのことで、詳しいことがわかるまで撤去ができない状態です。警察の発表によりますと、爆発などの危険は今のところないということですが、秋葉原を訪れた買い物客や地元商店街の関係者からは不安の声が上がっています。The media has dozens of cameras set up outside the police line, and there are nearly twice as many onlookers as reporters, enough to fill the entire street with people. Everyone's aiming their phone cameras at the satellite-like object. So many people. Living in Akiba. You get used to crowds and big events, but a gathering of this size is unusual. I wonder when they'll get rid of that thing. I hope it doesn't explode or something. They've been letting people back into the area, so I guess there's no danger. Still, considering its unknown origin, I'm surprised there isn't more security. Today, like always, otaku are out shopping for dojinshi. Fan-created amateur manga, which are often but not always adult in nature. These are sold at special dojinshi events, the biggest of which is the twice-annual comic Giga Market, known by fans as Komima. Shopping for dojinshi, import games, electronics, or whatever else strikes their fancy. Aside from the scene at Radicon, it's the same as any other day. But I still don't understand what I saw yesterday. I've half accepted the mass disappearance was just my imagination. Maybe I've become unable to distinguish reality from fantasy, like the media likes to say about teenagers these days. With that thought in mind, I return my gaze to the street. And there, in front of me, stands a woman holding her phone in front of her face. She took a picture. Yeah, take a picture, it'll last longer. Her phone was clearly pointed at me. Like her belt buckle. I tried to cover my face, but not quickly enough. I turn around just to make sure that she wasn't pointing it at someone behind me, but that doesn't seem to be the case. She's still staring at her phone. Without even glancing at me, she turns around and points her phone at some other pedestrian. Maybe she's just taking photos of everyone at the scene, and not just me. But still, I need to have a word with her. The organization is after me, after all. So I can't risk that photo getting out.
Wait.
She doesn't turn around. Is she so engrossed in her photography that she doesn't even notice me? Or did she not catch my magnificent native-level English? So cool, son of a bitch. She turns back, finally noticing me. And of course, her phone turns with her. She completely ignores my objection, and then she goes back to looking at her phone. If she is, then I may have to take suitable measures. Oh, okay, her title changes. From possible organization spy to probably not organization spy. We'll keep an eye on that. Start an OnlyFans, buddy. Charge for that shit. Lady ignoring me. Is she even listening? Wow, she finally speaks. Just a whisper, but it's something. Lady who apologized out of nowhere. She lowers her head slightly in a bow. Or at least I think it's a bow. She's been looking down all this time, so I can't really tell. Her fingers dance across her phone's keys with impressive speed, exactly the opposite of her annoyingly slow speech pattern. Taking another sip from the glass, and I need to refill already, not even a half hour in. Or is she one of the people who came to see the satellite? In that case, why did she take a picture of me? She shakes her head without looking at me. Oh, lady ignoring me and apparently sightseeing in Akihabara. It just gets longer and longer. Okay, Kiryu Moeka. This is Moeka. This is the next important lady we come across in the game. And I can tell what you're thinking. As we get along, it'll become a little bit more apparent, but very, very strongly implied to be some flavor of neurospicy, I guess. Somewhat tism-coded, and I'm not talking about the band from Australia. I'm not talking about This Is Serious, Mum. I'm not talking about the band that wrote, Everyone Else Has Had More Sex Than Me. Strange Lady, Sightseeing in Akihabara. Moeka. Okay, so this is just so we don't, so they could stop typing out, you know, annoyingly long titles. I guess she's introducing herself. That's nice, but I just want her to delete that photo. Okay. Oh, you mean the fairy of Akihabara? An urban legend? What is she talking about? Don't tell me there was a brilliant but insane mad scientist said to be lurking in Akihabara? And now that brilliant but insane mad scientist is the target of every assassin in the underworld? Gotta move out. Akihabara, you weren't such a bad town. I'm glad that... The Phantom Retro PC. Huh. She replies with a nod, or something like a nod. Okay, this is gonna tie into the references to the IBN computer from earlier. Nothing about a mad scientist. I'm relieved, but also disappointed. At any rate, this is the first I've heard about a Phantom Retro PC. A 98. Okay, a Japanese PC series sold from the mid-1980s to the mid-1990s. It sold so well that at one point it was called the National Computer. That's the first model that comes to mind. But are 98s really that hard to find? She shakes her head slightly, or something like a shake. Oh, she's gonna show it to us. She turns her phone towards me. The screen shows an oddly shaped computer. It's hard to tell since the picture's monochrome, but it looks like some kind of PC. It looks kind of familiar. Okay, we're the reference to the IBN 5100 again. An IBN 5100. Her fingers twitch, I think. Coincidence? No. Okay, even with total strangers, he can't stop the chuny shit. M16's mainframe. In the United Kingdom, the government organization responsible for foreign intelligence operations, M16 stands for Military Intelligence Section 6, or MI6. However, its formal name is the Secret Intelligence Service, the SIS. The MI6 part is a slight exaggeration. If that ever did happen, Men in Black would break down our door and take us away. But the Super Haka part is true. The depth of his computer knowledge is uncanny. Speaking of Daru, I'm supposed to meet him at May Queen Yan. I don't have time to stand here and chat with some crazy lady I don't know. Media scrum and moderation. During news stories with high public interest, reporters sometimes latch on to persons of interest, bombarding them with questions, prying into their lives, and even camping outside their houses. These activities are a serious invasion of privacy and can inflict mental and emotional stress on the subject. Okay, I try to make a smooth exit, one-liner and everything, but she grabs my sleeve before I can disappear into the crowd. Damn it. We just cannot be left alone. I guess she wants to hear Daru's story. It's my fault for mentioning him. Well, I'm meeting up with Daru, so why don't I just take her along? No, wait a second. This could be a devious trap. Maybe she's really a spy sent to kidnap Daru. I'm defenseless without him. My only other ally is Mayuri, whose skills amount to costume design. I slip past her and start walking faster. I glance back. She's following me. I pick up the pace, but she's still chasing me. Unperturbed, she shows me her phone again. On the screen is the picture of me that she took. Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing, bud. I attempt to glare her into submission. But her eyes are already lowered, my glare is ineffective. She hesitates for a second. Okay. One of those companies that writes articles for magazines? Is this gloomy lady really fit for that kind of work? Oh, the mad scientist of Akiba, unveiled! I can see the headlines now. That's all the organization will need to turn Akiba into a sea of blood. No, I must avoid that gruesome outcome at all costs. I have no choice. At any rate, as long as she has that photo, I have no way of knowing how it might be used. I pull up my email address and show it to her. Looking back and forth from my phone to hers, she enters my info with terrifying speed. Esper, like from Final Fantasy VI? General term for humans who possess supernatural powers. Common powers include telepathy, telekinesis, and precognition. Though more exotic powers exist, it is rumored that some Espers even possess the ability to reshape reality, with pure force of will derives from the term ESP, which stands for extrasensory perception. Oh, like Psychonauts. I dub her power the Shining Finger. Her magical thumb types cursed emails at 255 characters per minute. Whoever receives one dies. You know, there's a wrestling move called the Shining Wizard. Like a running strike, a running knee strike. Oh, hold on, I need that back up. Okay. She's done typing my address. It took all of 5 seconds. Oh, yeah, I figured. I repeat my perfect explanation. This is the origin of my true name. Explaining the in part of Hoenn would take too long, so I left it out. She enters my name with her head tilted to the side. Ho owing your ma. Great, great. Hey, you know, a ho's never owned my ma. That much I can promise you. She lowers her head a little more, an apologetic bow, I guess. She shakes her head, clutching her phone with both hands as if to protect it from me. Like a spoiled child who can't let go of a toy, she shields it from me with all her might. What does she think I'm going to do? Her reaction is a little depressing. Anyway, she's obviously not going to hand her phone over, so I ask for the address instead. I'll send her a blank mail. She told me her name a few minutes ago, but I forgot it already, so I'll enter her as the Shining Finger. And send. Okay, cool. She's staring at her phone. I don't think I've ever met someone who made less eye contact. After a few seconds, her phone receives the email. Damn. My email is still linked to my real name. I must change it at once. She's really not buying it. She nods slightly, I think. It's really hard to tell. Her body language is just as subdued as her voice. You can't prove a negative! She silently shows me her screen. The only picture remaining is the one of that computer. That's a relief. Oh, that. I almost forgot. With that, Shining Finger wanders off. Throughout the encounter, she kept the same cool expression. Actually, I don't think we ever once made eye contact. Oh, hell, we're here. We're finally here. Wait, let me... Should be able to do something here. Hold on, hold on. How do I make this more more appropriate? I don't know how to get this to stick. Oh, How's, damn it. Okay, let me just, I think I've kind of borked my position here. Okay, about here. How do I move the friggin' thing? No, I don't want to do that. Da 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 da. Wait, how do... I don't suppose anybody out there knows more about Live 2D than I do. Hold on. They don't give me one for the other side? Do I not have one for the other side? Shite. Bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Okay, well, we can take that down. Okay, where's the one that just does, like two at once? Just to make my life easier. That's gotta be here somewhere. Got to be here somewhere. Oh, that's the Christmas stuff. I should have practiced this earlier, but I didn't. So we just have to kind of have to grin and bear it right now. Okay, we got one. Oh, how the hell is this supposed to look? Okay, now I need another one. We're learning together, folks. We're learning together. Control click to flip it. Wait, that's... Can I not get two of the same color? Is that not a possibility? Ah, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Okay, Ah, shit. What did they say to do? Ah, screw it. Screw it. Yeah, you know what? How the hell do I connect it to me? I don't know how to do this. What the hell did it say? I was only paying partial attention. Sha-da-da, 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 sha-da-da. That's more like it. That's... I don't know what that shit means. Okay, how about this? How about this? I don't really look like a cat. I look like a fucking pig. Like goddamn piglet. Ah, well, you're gonna have to live with this, everybody. You're just gonna have to live with this. This is the best I can do on such short notice. All right. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll get back to the game then. We'll get back to the game. Get back to the story. And I get to do that by clicking that. Okay. Okay. Making sure that works. I open the door to the May Queen Maid Cafe, and two familiar cat-eared girls greet me with smiles. One of them is Mayuri, but here she's called Mayushi Nyan. Since she works here, I stop by about twice a month. I guess that would make me a regular customer. Actually, I've never been to any other maid cafe. Okay. Click that again. After bowing again, Mayuri grasps as if she thought of something. Or gasps as if she thought of something. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Alright, here's the next broad we gotta deal with. The other maid who came to greet me, Faris Nyan, her professional name of course, hits me with her trademark combo attack of cute cat-like gestures. She's May Queen Nyan's most popular maid. Even though she and Mayuri are about the same age, she looks and acts a bit younger. Daru frequents this cafe because he's got a crush on Faris. He often reads her public blog while muttering, "Faris, you're so cute," to himself. He's got it real bad. He's really down bad. I keep telling him to choose either 2D or 3D, but he doesn't listen. I also have trouble dealing with this cat girl. She always finds a way to best me. Yeah, I'm working on that. She's mastered the shocker. What mentor? Faris knows my true name, Kyoin Kyoma. I've also told her all about the organization. And now she's more into it than I am. She's always the one to bring up the subject whenever we meet. Yeah, she's a gigantic chuny as well. All over this fucking city. By the way, this is the first I've heard of this secret technique, or whatever it is. Ugh, she's not letting it go. It'll take 30 minutes if I play along with her. Maybe I should have made... I gotta figure out how to make the ears a little smaller. Because the pink one is just not always staying on screen. I guess I could move myself a little over, if that would help, if that would, I don't know, does this work? Can you live with that? I'll live with that if you can. Yeah, I don't think I'll be covering up any important text. Okay, and if it is, just scream at me. Since when do you have a brother? And what the hell's the Spirit Conference anyway? Faris looks at me with actual tears in her eyes. I falter. even though I know it's just one of her cutesy acts. Whenever I talk with her, I run out of comebacks, which is really unusual for me. And then she takes the initiative, leaving me with nothing to do but listen to her fantasies. I mean, come on, you can only take it so far. There's a very clear difference between her stories and mine. As anyone can see, I speak nothing but the truth, while Faris only has delusions and a made-up backstory. I always have to play along. That's why I feel like I can never best her. Great! Now look who's joined in. It's just gonna get worse from here. I have to end this conversation now. At least Faris has eyes that kinda sorta match her hair color. What the fuck? Okay, that's a reply from Luca. Okay, I asked Mayuri-chan about what it is you're fighting against, but she laughed and didn't answer. What should I do? I want to help Kyoma-san. You don't need to know, not yet. Eventually, if Steins Gate so chooses, you will learn the truth, whether you're ready or not. Okay. Yeah, you wanna try to be, punctual. I thought it was Faris, not Ferris. Wait, there was a ska band from the 90s called Save Ferris. I only know of them because their singer was on, She Has a Girlfriend Now with a Real Big Fish. Mayuri and Faris look at each other and smile. Is she talking about this Faris? Is that her real name? Have I been mistaken all this time? That's a disturbing thought. Not too tappy. She's making fucking cat puns. Okay, then, moving on. If you hadn't noticed, the cat-eared maids here at May Queen Yan are required to add cat sounds, nyas and nyans, to their words with some frequency. Mayuri takes my hand and leads me inside. Apparently, Mayushi Nyan is the only one who leads customers by the hand like this. It probably comes naturally to her. She doesn't even realize the effect it has on her customers, and that's why she's second to Faris in popularity at this maid cafe. Like my local con, they didn't have like a maid cafe per se, but they had their own little maid booth. I'm not sure what they were selling or trying to peddle or promote. Maybe just the brand, I guess, for like social media purposes. But I didn't go in. I didn't go sit with the maids. I was too much of a pussy. See, I can do the cat theme shit too. She guides me to Daru's table. The tables are about 60% full. Among Akiba's maid cafes, May Queen Yan's popularity is solid but not booming. Considering what Faris and the others are wearing, it's more like a cosplay cafe than a maid cafe. Furthermore, the cat ears and Nyanian dialect makes it less accessible to low-level otaku and first-timers. On the other hand, those same cat ears are a topic of heated debate among die-hard maid cafe fans. Okay, maids don't have cat ears. Cat ears plus maid equal 2 times moe. These two viewpoints clash. This place is one of the older maid cafes in Akihabara, but it doesn't get much media exposure. Maybe that's what makes it more comfortable than most. At least, that's what Daru says. He talks about this stuff so much that it's been burned into my synapses. Daru sits in front of me, but he doesn't look my way. He looks upset for some reason. Hell, even I didn't get most of it. I don't know, it's what the kids would call aura farming today. Reality marble. What are we going on about? A type of magecraft in which the user overwrites the world with a pocket dimension based on his or her emotional experience, often used in ordinary conversation to speak of couples flirting in public, immersed in their own world, not caring about the pain they are inflicting upon others. Oh, get the fuck over it. I'm not even close to keeping up with her. I'm pretty sure your 2D wives still love you. I have no interest in women who dress themselves in lies. Boy, that's sounding a little incelly there, I think. See, he's got 2D wives to go back to. Daru theatrically grabs his chest and falls onto the table. I sip from one of the glasses of water that Mayuri brought to our table. Ordering is his coffee black like a real man. To sort of balance out the, I guess the omelet coming up. After taking my order, Mayuri finds her way towards the counter as if swimming between the rows of tables. I hope she doesn't trip. No, I don't think, no, the tripping maid is not in today. Daru asks without getting up from the table. Oh, that's right. In my confrontations with Shining Finger and Catgirl, I almost forgot my original objective. I lean on the table and scan the area without moving my head. John Tightrider.
その本を見せてくれたら思い出せるかも。
本当に何も知らないの？
人の記憶力なんて結構曖昧なもんしょ。デジタルと違ってさ。
Hearts and thoughts they fade, fade away. Hearts and thoughts they fade, fade away. This is wrong. I remember talking to Daru about John Titor back in high school. It was only idle talk, so it's possible that Daru forgot about it. Daru was quite the internet addict, but the internet lets you choose what information you want to see. There's no guarantee Daru looked up info on John Titor. If he had, I doubt he would have forgotten so completely. Is it my memories that are mistaken, or everyone else's?
だったら IBN5100 については？
へえ、オカリンがそんな PC を知ってるなんてね。やるじゃん。
知っているんだな。
IBN が1975年に発売したモデルっしょ。
Oh, 1975. Right, that's what John Titor said on channel. He traveled to 1975 first, obtained an IBN 5100, then leaped to 1998.
どんな PC なんだ？
値段高すぎの PC だな。黎明期だったからすげえ高くて、個人には手が出せなかったらしい。IBN の独自技術が詰まった、その当時にしては結構優秀な PC だったんだけどね。IBN は6年後の1981年に IBN-PC っていう大ヒットシリーズを発売してて、そっちの方が有名なわけ。つうか僕も IBN5100 の知識はネットのウィキを見たことがあるぐらいだぞ。
A wiki. Wiki, we know what those are, but maybe not back in 2009. An online system for the creation and compilation of hypertext documents on a web server. In case anyone asks for something specific.
それが現在の秋葉にあるという都市伝説を聞いたことは？
おう、あるある。1ヶ月前ぐらいにネットで話題になったな。
Oh, you bet your sweet Bippy.
で、その噂を聞きつけたアットちゃんの有志が秋葉中のショップを探して回ったんだよ。フレパラのフレンドにゲジネって人がいるんだけど、その人が中心になってね。
Free Para. Hold on. I'm not familiar. A popular social network service website designed to facilitate easy communication between users. I don't know what the analog to that would be necessarily. Maybe AOL AIM? That was a thing in 2009, right?
あの疾風陣雷のナイトハルトまで出張ってきたらしいけど、結局見つからなかったんだって。
じゃあ、都市伝説はデマだったということか？
さあ知らねえ。秋葉にはアンダーグラウンドなショップがたくさんあるし、案外どっかの怪しいショップにひょっこり転がっててもおかしくないんじゃね？
ふむ、なるほど。
My phone suddenly starts vibrating. Okay, Shining Finger replied. Okay, Okabe-san, I mailed you as soon as I could. My name is Kiryu Moeka. I'm a 20-year-old freelance editor. I believe I mentioned I work part-time at Art Rewrite. Sorry for taking your picture. It wasn't on purpose. I needed some shots of Akihabara for work, and you just happened to be in one. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was hoping to sneak some shots of the satellite, Lamau. By the way, the picture I took was just a test, not the final shot. That's why I was using my phone. Even if you hadn't begged me to delete it, I wouldn't have posted it, so don't worry. Way more verbose, way more wordy in text form than she is in English, as just to, further drive home any I guess potential neurodivergence. I think that's what's being implied here. Anyway, I should get to the point. I'm really sorry for asking it like this, Okabe-kun. But it would be super great if you could ask your friend, the super hacker, about the IBM 5100. Don't really know anything about computers, especially old computers. in Japan. All I have to go on is that picture I showed you. I'll attach the image. Be absolutely positively sure to reply, okay? I'll be waiting, and if you could, I'd be super happy if you gave me your super hacker friend's email address. I'll mail you again. It's okay to mail you again, right? Of course it is. Bye, Moeka. Oh, come on. What's with this mail? Disregarding the weird timing. Is this really the gloomy, unsociable woman that I met in front of Radicon? She's like a completely different person in this email. Does she have split personalities or something? Well, I got some info about the IBN 5100, so I guess I should give her a reply. I tell Daru to wait a bit as I start typing out a response. It's not like I trust her, but I figure I should tell her what I learned from Daru. And then she'll be completely discouraged. He's heard about the ABN 5100. As expected, it's extremely rare. Last month, some PC otaku searched all over Akiba without finding one. Turns out that rumor you heard was false. Elsai Kongru. Oh, that's how he signs off. Okay, sent. 1. Okay. 1. Damn it. A response already? Hardly any time lag. As always, shining figure, your digits defy the laws of physics. I start reading the mail. Oh, damn it. Is that true? It can't be. I'll mail you again. By the way, you mentioned a John something or other, didn't you? Does that John person have an IBN 5100? Please reply soon, Moeka. Just as I thought, that woman has a predisposition for harassment. I never should have gotten involved with her. Let's not reply to this one. I fulfilled my minimum obligation. I have nothing to feel guilty about.
待たせたな、ダル。それで、一つだけ確認したいんだが。
I scan the area with my eyes once more. Then I lean in close.
IBN 5100は世界滅亡の引き金になるアイテムなんだな。
なんでだよ。引き金にはならないし、世界滅亡もしないっつの。
Oh, okay, good to know.
にゃに世界滅亡しちゃうのかにゃ
Ah, she fucking heard us. Ferris brings my omelet rice. My omurice. She's doing her cat-like gestures while keeping her tray balanced on one hand. True feline agility. Despite her Nyan-Yanian nonsense, Ferris is the consummate professional.
ご主人様、お待たせしましたにゃんにゃん。オムライスにゃん。
The cat girl puts the omelet rice on the table and then takes a bottle of ketchup from her apron pocket. She uses it to write "The world is doomed" in red letters upon the omelet's blank yellow canvas.
世界滅亡前にどうぞ召し上がれ。
おお、世界がやばいきた。フェイリスさんの丸文字の可愛さに僕もやばい。
Her handwriting is so cute it puts my omelet in What the fuck are you talking about? It appears the cuteness has shattered Daru's sanity. I give him a look that says, calm down, but to no avail. Where's the omelet? What does he mean by omelet? Is he talking about his nutsack? I smooth out the ketchup with the bottom of my spoon, erasing the ketchup words.
ああ、もったいない。
I'm going to eat it either way.
ダルニャンダルニャン。フェイリス杯の件考えてくれたかにゃ
The Ferris cup.
ああ、もちろん。僕も参加しますよ。
フェイリス杯？なんだそれは。
I take a mouthful of omelet rice.
次の
Ferris starts dancing in place. I'd prefer she not jump around like that when people are eating nearby.
フェイリスはその幹事である実行委員長、つまり言い出しっぺなのにゃ。よかったら今日も参加するにゃ。参加費はドリンク込みで1000円。フェイリスに勝てた人には商品として手作り料理を振る舞うにゃ。
Beats her in what? Pokemon? Digimon monsters?
オカリンはライネットには詳しくないんだ。
Oh, Rhinet.
にゃー、面白いのに。
いいんだ俺は。
I stop shoveling the omelet rice into my mouth, then I deliver a melancholy sigh.
ライネットアクセスバトラーズ。その名を聞くたびチャンピオンだったあいつのことを思い出す。あれからもう2年になるのか。
What happened 2 years ago?
なんでもない。今
What happened 2 years ago, man?
にゃにゃ、すっごく思わせぶりな態度だったのにゃ。あいつって誰にゃ。
多分存在しないんじゃね。ライネットって公式大会が始まったのは1年前ぐらいだし。
今日もあの人のことまだ忘れられない。
The old champion, his name was Haywood.
は
Haywood Jablomi.
確かにあの頃、あの人、フェイリスのお兄ちゃんとキョマはとっても仲が良くて、フェイリスも嫉妬しちゃうぐらいだったにゃ。
Damn it, she took my story and ran with it again. I never even said anything about him being her brother. Hell, I don't know if Ferris even has siblings. I shouldn't have talked about stuff like this in front of Ferris.
でも、いい加減、思い出にばかりすがるのはやめるにゃ。
Her shout resounds throughout the store, her finger snaps at me.
フェイリスは辛くても、辛いからこそ、お兄ちゃんの意志を継いでライネッターになったんだにゃ。覚えてるかにゃ。
Yeah, she's psyching herself up.
いつも言ってた言葉。いつかライネットで世界に平和をもたらそうって。
フェイリスコーヒー持ってきて。
Cool.
にゃにゃ。
Way to get to the point. I present my empty plate to Ferris. I always eat quickly. It's a habit I picked up naturally during my years on the run from the organization. Screw the slow food trend. Food that takes time to cook and eat as opposed to fast food or instant food.
かしこまりましたにゃ。少々お待ちください。
Ferris takes the dish and heads back to the counter. Whew! If I left things going as they were, I would have had to play along for another 10 minutes in her fantasy world.
フェイリスさんは知る人ぞ知る実力派ライネッターなんだぜ。
Okay, Daru explains with a wry smile.
非公式の野良試合では400戦無敗なのさ。
ヒクソンかよ。
Rickson great that I don't really get that reference. Daru ignores my perfect retort.
フェイリスさんが公式大会に出ないのが残念だよ。出れば優勝間違いなしなのに。
なんで出ないんだ。
この店のご主人様たちを第一に考えてるってことっしょ。店に迷惑をかけてまで大会には出ないってスタンス。
Yeah, she's got to keep up
メイドの
the
鏡だろマジで。
keep up the cat girl kayfabe.
それにマユシと同い年だから学校も行かなきゃいけないだろうし。
店に迷惑かけないと言っておきながらフェイリス杯なるものを店で開くのか。
細けいことはいいんだよ。
Kinda does though.
とりあえずフェイリスタンは可愛い。可愛いは正義。猫耳ロリメイドはけしからん。性的な意味で。それでいいだろう。
お前は結局二次元派なのか三次元派なのかどちらなのだ。
Yo, what team do you play for?
あえて言おう。倍であると。
Good for you, man. I'm proud of you, Daru. You came out. Everybody, give him a round of applause. Good job. I respect you for your candor. Happy Daru coming out day.
いろいろとフリーダムだな。だろ
よく言われます。さあせん。
Daru usually doesn't show enthusiasm for anything. The exceptions are Moe and Ferris. I wish you were this passionate about our experiments. Ah, shit, another mail. Okay, the final battle is close at hand, Nya. You're more perceptive than I thought, Nya, so now you understand what's at stake. The Red Southern Cross will soon hatch, Nya. The time has come for Ferris to journey for the sanctuary and prepare for. I can say no more, Nya. Red Southern Cross, the fuck is that? I see, so the holders of original sin, those who, like me, were born of Prototype 13, have begun to assemble in Akiba, guided by the star that we alone see. The time is right. I'm not sure what any of that fucking meant, I'm just replying. I had to pull Daru away from Ferris so we could return to the lab. We arrived to find it hotter than a sauna in hell. I quickly open the windows, letting a small breeze blow in. It won't be enough. I flip our fan to full power and place it on the table in front of me. I really wish we had an air conditioner. I turn on the computer. This is our PC for communal use among lab members. It still uses an old CRT monitor, so it looks ancient. Yeah, CRT. Another name for the cathode ray tube. This name is used more commonly in... Excuse me. Okay, Braun tube. Okay, we went over that already. But don't let its looks deceive you. Our computer whiz Daru scrounged up some parts and made some mods to it. In any case, I don't spend much time on it. I mostly use it to update the Future Gadget Laboratory's homepage, check my email, visit news sites, and browse channel. I wonder if the new Titer is still posting. Alright, we've got some more stuff going on. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. I'm happy to explain. Just so you know, it's impossible to reproduce with current technology. Certain critical components won't even exist until CERN invents them in 2034. Time travel works by altering gravity. Basically, you can think of it as using the twin paradox, but that alone isn't enough to reverse time. You still here, Faker? You're annoying. Go away. So your power is gravity control, but still not enough for top-tier power levels. Not bad, though. The twin paradox? Is that like the Hiroshima effect? That's just slowing time down, not reversing it. Who gives a shit about the time machine? Give me stock prices. Oh, okay. Oh, no, he's responding. It uses Tipler cylinders and Kerr black holes, doesn't it? Just like you said 10 years ago. And your time machine is a 1970s Chevy. I know all of it. Oh god, shut the fuck up, you disgusting chuny scum. Thank you! Thank you! More people need to be saying that. The twin paradox and the Hiroshima effect are different things, duh. Time traveler, lol. John Titer, lol. Chevy's an American car, right? I'd rather go German with a BMW, lol. And now we get a response from Curry Gohan and Kamehameha. By Tipler cylinders, are you referring to the Tipler machine? A Tipler cylinder would have to be 10 km in diameter, 1000 km long, have mass equal to the sun, and revolve 2500 times per second to become a time machine, lol. How do you fit that into a Chevy? Even if you could, a Tipler machine can't travel farther back in time than the moment of its creation. Enough of your delusions. Channel is not your blog. I want to hear from Titer. Okay. Then the man himself goes, this is a surprise. Does this mean that people of this age already know about my time machine? Did you really encounter me 10 years ago? If so, then that must have been on another world line. I, at least, have not gone to the year 2000. In any case, the important point is that a rotating black hole has the same effect as a Tipler cylinder. You can learn more about Kerr black holes by studying the Penrose diagram or Tipler's calculations. My time machine works by generating a pair of Kerr black holes. In Japanese, please. Titer came 10 years ago. Source? What the fuck are Kerr black holes? Explain using boobies, oh erotic one. I'll pay 1,000 yen to ride your time machine, not a yen more. Source is Ho-Ho-San's delusions, lol. Real deal. He didn't deny it? Lol. All aboard Hoen's crazy train, prepare for a train wreck. Kerr black hole time travel is theoretically possible, but... 1. How do you get black holes to spin? Don't tell me you wait until you find one spinning naturally. That's ridiculous. 2. How do you pass through the singularity? There's no way a Chevy can withstand the pressure. This is perfect dialogue. Perfect dialogue. A thread war. That's an interesting name, though. Who else? Who do we know? I wonder if there's another person in this game whose name begins with a curry. Because this is some very specific sciencey shit that they're throwing at us. Why the short explanations, John? You stupid? Wanna die? Still no stock prices. Crash. Okay, bug flying. This isn't a delusion. I know for a fact that Titer posted 10 years ago. There's even a book about it. Search the used bookstores if you don't believe me. His Chevy has a gravity distortion unit. That's what he said 10 years ago. Yes, it does have a gravity distortion unit. My time machine is not perfect. It was built by a third party who reverse-engineered CERN's design. The gravity distortion unit is a little unstable. First, the unit traverses a microsingularity that injects electrons to induce rapid rotation. This generates a local gravity sine wave. As time machine passes through the singularity, the gravity distortion unit regulates the pressure to ensure safe passage. I'm not a specialist, so I cannot explain the mechanics any further. Let me say that Kerr black holes can be manufactured. I assume everyone's aware of CERN's current experiments with the black hole creation. Too long, didn't read, shut the fuck up. Unstable, sounds dangerous. Oh, fuck. Titer's black holes are gonna swallow the Earth. He's not just a mass murderer, he's trying to wipe out the entire human race. Find his parents before it's too late. It's not that you won't explain, it's that you can't, lol. How do you set the destination? The Earth is constantly moving. Or didn't you know that? Oh, by the way, I proposed the Titer equal Hohuin theory. Okay, I set the destination with the VGL system. That's a variable gravity lock. Variable gravity lock. It functions by reading the local gravity of the destination and locking the Tipler's sine wave onto that location. By locking onto the Earth's gravity, it ensures that I don't end up floating in space. It uses 4 cesium clocks to make the calculations, so the margin of error is negligible. Hoeen needs to shut up, lol. I never heard of any Titer from 10 years ago, lol. So the universe is deep in Titer's shit. The same information was in the Titer book. Okay, now we're going off about it. All you've done is post 10-year-old copy pasta. Anyone could do that. How do I know you're the real John Titer? John Tan so moe, my waifu, I recognize different opinions. Okay. I'm feeling more sad, more and more disappointed. Still nothing concrete. Nice try, I guess, but I won't be fooled. Whoa. I shouldn't waste all day on channel. We have more important things to deal with. Namely, the phone wave named subject to change. We haven't experimented with it since yesterday. It's high time I figure out what's going on with that thing. Earlier I asked Daru to connect the phone wave named subject to change to the computer. He finished setting it up yesterday and now he's about to do the quick wire work in the development room. The X68000, what are we referring to there? Okay, a popular PC sold in Japan in the late 1980s. Its peculiar twin tower was dubbed Manhattan-shaped. I mean, it's a 20-year-old machine with specs lower than my cell phone.
ロマンだからに決まってんじゃん、ジョーコ。
主人公が日本人なのにオッドアイである理由のようなものか。
Odd-eyed? What do they mean by that? A heterochromy. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, the protag who suffer. Okay, this is the heterophobia condition. Condition where the eyes are different colors, a trait often found in anime and manga characters. There usually isn't a reason for the character to be odd-eyed. It's mostly just in moe for the coolness factor. Yeah, I couldn't be bothered to be odd-eyed. I am not that chuny.
全然意味がわからん。
ロマンだ。
ロマンならしょうがないな。いずれにしてもラボには他に空いてる PC がなかったんだよ。
お前の最新 PC は？
ふざけんな。こんなわけのわからんものにつなげて、もし
No, he's not gonna use a machine he actually gives a shit about. Selfish bastard. Besides, we made the phone wave name subject to change together. It's our crazy machine. It's our baby.
そういえば、ゲル化については調べてきたん？
なあ、今朝大学に行ってきた。
Sure you did. Why would a banana jellify? What kind of science are we dealing with here?
顕微鏡で調べてみたんだが、分子レベルでズタズタだった。
ズタズタ？
総転移とかそういうレベルではなかった。バナナではない何かになっていた。
Okay, and phase transition. A phase transition is what occurs when a substance changes from one state of matter to another. Examples include liquid-solid, freezing, liquid-gas, evaporation, ferromagnetic, paramagnetic, and the vacuum phase transition.
腐食した可能性はないか。2分間チンしたぐらいで腐るはずないもんな。
フラクタル構造を思い出したよ。
Fractal structures. In geometry, a structure that demonstrates self-similarity. The smallest portion of a fractal structure will appear similar to the whole. Common examples of fractal structures are snowflakes and coastlines.
メンガーのスポンジだっけ？
A Menger sponge. Hold on, we got another one. An example of a fractal structure, take a cube and do the following. 1. For each side of the cube, cut a square hole in the center with 1/9 the area of the face. Each side now has 8 squares. 2. For each of these 8 squares, cut a new hole with 1/9 the area of the square. 3. Repeat an infinite number of times. The result is a sponge-like structure whose surface area approaches infinity as its volume approaches 0. I'm hoping it'll make more sense as I read everything back.
ナノレベルで無限に開けていったような感じ。
なんかやばくね？何が起きてるんだろう？
俺には一つ仮説がある。
He has one hypotenuse, adding a dramatic pause to build tension. Daru gulps, waiting for me to continue.
電子レンジの電磁波の影響という仮説だ。
え？それってどういう？
俺の推測が正しければ、電話レンジ過去仮はとんでもない殺傷兵器になりうる。軍事に転用すれば戦争の歴史が塗り替わるだろう。
To turn everybody's bananas into jelly. I twist my lips into a maniacal grin. Then I whip out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ。計画は第2段階を迎えた。あ、いずれ
Oh, already at stage 2. Outstanding.
グランドジャッジメントは近いのだとな。すべてはシュタインズゲートの意志であり、人類はそれに抗うことはできん。プサイ。
Okay, L-Psi Captain Kangaroo, sure.
妖精さんと話してんじゃねえっつーの。接続終わったぜ。
Actually, well, that dude was kind of a gross motherfucker. Rolf Harris, that Captain Kangaroo. Fuck that guy. I want to explain that he's not imaginary, but revealing the identity of my contact would be a betrayal. The last thing I need is another enemy, especially one whose power and cunning rivals that of the organization. The phone wave, named subject to change, is now an indecipherable mess of wires. All we did was hook it up to a computer, yet it turned out something like MacGyver would put... Obviously a reference to MacGyver. Fictional, popular TV drama that aired in America from 85 to 92. Protagonist MacDiver was famous for overcoming obstacles with tools fashioned from common household items. Okay, I guess MacGyver had a Japanese fan base, kind of the same way Columbo had. Now we can access the microwave's terminal mode using another networked external computer terminal to operate a program that cannot be run otherwise, and see exactly what's going on its computer brain.
で、どうする?
バナナは用意してある。
Yes, we have no bananas. Just before I left Mei Queen-Yan, Mayuri asked me to buy some bananas. With her money. She's too nice for her own good. Or maybe she didn't even consider what would happen. Oh, God damn it. Hold on. Okay, can I into my fucking mail? Okay, Faris. The holders of original sin known as the prophets, Nya. Among them is a girl known as the fallen angel who accepted chaos, Nya. I attached a picture of her face, so remember it well, Nya. And before I forget, look at the picture without protection. Looking at the picture without protection will cause Divine Eye to activate original sin. Let's see, mode 666, compulsory receptor release, which will annihilate you at the subatomic level, so be careful, Nya. What the fuck did she send me? Okay, yeah, so that's the thing from... Alright. Yeah, I did play this already, so that's how you initially get that particular picture. It's a character from someone else in the extended, broader universe of you know, the whatever the series is a part of. I know Starfire mentioned it last time. But I'm old and I have problem absorbing new information.
丸々使うとまた眉シがしょんぼりしちゃうんじゃね? それ眉シのお金で買ってきたんだろ?
奴から提供された研究費だ。
そもそも丸々全部使う必要なんてないし、一本でいいよ、一本で。
Daru retrieves the bananas, peels one from the bunch, and sticks it back inside the phone wave, name subject to change.
実験に金をケチるようでは、世界の支配構造を作り変えることなどできんぞ。
You have to scramble a few bananas to make an omelet, or something.
作り変えたいと思ってんのはオカリンだけだって。
I think John Lennon said that. I don't know. He lost all enthusiasm the second we got back to the lab. What a fickle man.
ほら、早く携帯からタイマー入力よろ。
Oops. Right now, where did I put my phone? Okay, go to the phone wave, give it a call. Call complete. Instant access.
RENG こちらは電話レンジかっこ仮です。
The Mayushi guidance system.
こちらからタイマー操作ができます。
Okay, we've seen this before.
眉シガイダンスにスキップ機能をつけておくんだった。待たされるとイライラする。
Well, I can skip it, you can't. You dumb prick.
例えば1分
60 for 1 minute. 2 minutes.
シャープ
It's finally over. Okay, entering 20 hashtag. Complete. The turntable inside the phone wave named subject to change begins to spin backwards.
2分は結構長いんだよな。
It doesn't actually have to be 2 minutes. Mayuri had the timer set to 2 minutes when she first discovered the freezing function, or whatever it is, so we're just reproducing that. Naturally, we have experimented with 60 seconds and 180 seconds too. If we set it shorter, the freezing only goes halfway, if at all. Conversely, setting it longer increases the effect.
でもさ、マジで電磁波のせいだったら僕らの細胞なんかもスカスカになっちゃってんのか?
While still looking bored, Daru finally gets into the discussion at hand.
お前は電話レンジカッコ仮の中に入ってチンされたことがあるのか?
そもそも入れない罠。つうか、電磁波の影響ってソースは?
あえて言うならば、マッドサイエンティストとしての。
Oh, sure. Sure, Jan, sure.
根拠なしとか。
Source, trust me, bro.
1% のひらめきがなければ 99% の努力は無駄でしかない。だから発明家よ。ひらめけ。
I'm not sure about that.
天才は 1% のひらめきと 99% の努力じゃなかった?
I think Daru might be a little closer on that
そ
one.
れは誤って広まったものだというのが常識になっているのだ。ふわ
Okay.
エジソンが言ったん? ひらめけって。
そう。
Don't think, feel. Wait, wrong game. I don't know if that was exactly what he said, but I'm sure it was something along those lines. At least, that's what the wiki said.
ゆえに、天才マッドサイエンティストである俺は常にひらめ。
Ding. The phone wave named subject to change rings.
しかし、チンをしたところでゲル状になるだけで新しい発見など何もないよな。
It feels like I wasted 120 seconds on nothing. Daru opens the phone wave named subject to change, changes a door and peeks inside. ¿Qué pasa? He rubs his eyes, blinks several times, and then resumes staring into the microwave.
何をしている?
いや、あれ。
It's what?
消えた。
Huh?
消えたって何が?
Where is my banana?
バナナが。
What is he talking about? I push Daru aside and look into the phone wave named subject to change.
ない。
It's gone. Or he said it's gone. There's nothing inside. The banana has vanished without a trace. After a short pause to collect myself, I whip out my phone and speak into the silence.
俺だ。厄介なことになった。俺たちはどうやらとんでもないものを目覚めさせてしまったらしい。
とんでもないものって何ぞ?
I ignore Daru's panicked cry. I'm surprised too. My heart's pounding, but I try to appear calm.
今すぐに緊急要請666号クーリングオフを発動させろ。
Huh?
何? 政府の承認? バカか。そんなことを言ってる場合ではない。このままではこの国が吹っ飛ぶぞ。
I put my phone away after yelling.
遅延をつ。
うるさいフェリスのストーカー。それでバナナをどこに？
Ferris stalker. In his ass.
誰がストーカーだよ。
バナナを出して。手品でも披露して得意になっているつもりか。
Banana oh, banana oh.
隠したのはオカリンだろ?
Oh, okay, we're the ones who hid the banana in our ass. Uncomfortable silence. I realize my throat is dry. Mine too.
知らんがな。
どこに行った? Banana! Banana!
Bonana. You are the Banana King. I took the turntable out of the microwave, scour every nook and cranny, but find neither peel nor stem of the banana.
そうか。わかったぞ。これは電磁波兵器などではなく、テレポートが可能な電子レンジだったのだ。
なんだって？ってそんな無茶な。
でなければこの密室からバナナが消えるはずがない。
ひとまず冷静になるべきじゃね？
そうだな。
We each take a deep breath. Oh, I know. I'll eat one of the remaining bananas. That will calm me down. I reach for the bunch of bananas. Impossible. Impossible! Not 3 minutes ago, Daru plucked a banana from the bunch and put it inside the phone wave, name subject to change. But now there's no sign that a banana was ever plucked. Instead, a single jellified banana has appeared among the regular bananas.
なんじゃこりゃ。どうなってんだ？
Banana recycling, I guess. Daru notices it too. He reaches out to touch it, but I quickly stop him.
誰よ？このラボに今バナナはいくつある？
多分このバナナだけ。
このゲルバナがくっついているところはお前がさっきちぎった場所か？
わかんねえ。そこまで確認してないし。このゲルバナ完全にくっついてるな。
No cuts or anything. Aside from the jellification, it looks completely normal.
なあ、誰？これってもしかして。
The word I spoke impulsively just a few seconds ago. I hesitate to speak it again. But I must. Because no matter how unbelievable it may be, we saw it with our own eyes. My head's full of question marks. I don't know how this happened, but if I were to explain it as I saw it, the banana that was inside the phone wave, named subject to change, returned instantly to its bunch. In other words,
テレポートだったりするんじゃないか?
I hear a girl's voice coming from the lounge.
興味深い実験してますね。
誰だ?
My heart just skipped a beat. I turned towards the voice in surprise. And get pierced by a sharp stare. What is she doing here?
バカだ。なぜ貴様がここに? 若干18歳にしてサイエンスに論文が掲載された天才。囚人監視の中で男をいじめるド S 女。そしてまたの名を。
She tracked the scent of jellified banana.
マキセ・クリス。
説明セリフを打つ。
誰がゾンビだ？誰が？
一体どういうことだ？何が目的でここへ？
First she's dead and now she's in the lab.
岡部倫太郎さん？じゃなくて、法院京馬さんだった？
Wait, how the hell does she know my real name? I've never spoken it in front of her.
そうか。やはり貴様、機関に所属するエージェント。しかも特殊能力者だな。それならば不死であることもうなずける。
だから死んでないって勝手に殺さないでくださいよ。吉田さん、この人何とかしてもらえませんか？
この状況でマキセ氏が現れたからオカリンは混乱してると思われ。
Daru doesn't seem phased by this girl's entrance. Why?
誰？裏切ったのか？
オカリン暴走しすぎ。
マキセ・クリスに弱みを握られたか？それとも色化に惑わされたか？
I glare at Kurisu. He's my right-hand man. How dare you? He's my man, not yours. Kurisu's eyes flash dangerously, I think. Such intensity from an 18-year-old. Maybe she didn't resurrect after her first death. Maybe she's a robotic killing machine, constructed to replace the dead Kurisu. Is that it? For now, I'll do as I'm told.
この場所のことは昨日講義が終わった後で橋田さんから聞いたの。あなたの名前もね。
Oh. Okay. That's all? The truth is kind of a letdown.
俺と話をしに来たと言ったな。
そうです。私が死んだのを見たっていうのが事実なのか、単なるセクハラの言い訳なのか、それについての回答が欲しくて。
Now that she mentions it, she did treat me like I was a perv yesterday. I wonder why. Well, I suppose I should be grateful that she didn't call the cops on me after what I did. But what choice did I have? Anyone would react the same way if a dead person reappeared before them, right? Like if my grandma came back to life, like showed up at my door and my grandma came back to life and she was alive, I would not attempt grabbing her in any way, shape, or form. I'll put it that way. But your current behavior... Oh, okay, she spoke that part. I must clear my name or I'll be labeled as a perv forever. That's a relief. I was sure she was going to call the police. But that for now part bothers me. Kurisu enters the development room with a quick, confident stride. Even though she's only 18, she's got a decent figure and good posture. Jesus Christ. Not much in the chest, though. Hey, listen, don't you assholes always keep going on about flat being justice? And I know Daru does for a fucking fact. Probably. Her presence seems to fill the cramped room, driving me and Daru to the corners. Can't she tell this area is off limits? She owns this bitch now.
そういえばまともに自己紹介してませんでしたね。マキセ・クリスです。改めましてよろしく。
Sure. She holds out her hand. What is she trying to do? Shoot lightning from her fingertips?
握手もできないの？日本の男の人って常識が足りないんじゃない？
Shake hands? This girl genius is asking for a handshake? We only met yesterday and just moments ago she was on the verge of calling the cops.
欧米か？アメリカで7年暮らしてますが何か？
欧米か。
Oh, like Kason. I look down at her slender fingers. Glossy, healthy fingernails. No unnecessary nail polish. I stare, What the fuck is it now? I haven't heard anything about them since before the big earthquake in Shibuya last year, and even if I found one, Mayushi has no money. Wait, what was that in reference to? Okay, in reference to the froggies, I think. I stare, fixated. Slowly, I extend my hand, making sure to keep enough weight on my heels so I can flee at a moment's notice. I lightly grab the tip of Kurisu's index finger between my thumb and index finger, then instantly let go. Oh, you gave her the dead fish handshake.
身にまとう先が半端ないか。これが俗に言うマーシャルアーツか。
俗に言わないわよ。
では、忍者。
I should have played this game for Ninja November then, if that's the case.
言わないっつってんだろ。
Damn, she's completely cold. Her tone gets scary sometimes, too.
アメリカ育ちならば、Nice to meet you と満面の笑みを浮かべながら握手を求めるのが普通だろう。いや、むしろハグを求めるぐらいするべきだ。
Perhaps that's too much to expect from a killing machine.
どんな偏見よそれ。
Kurisu sighs. She's not even looking at me. Instead, she's staring at the bananas next to the phone wave named subject to change. The bananas which have just exhibited a most unusual phenomenon. Of the bunch, one has been completely jellified.
これ本当に興味深いですね。
Kurisu brings her face closer to it to get a good look.
ピンセットあります？
ない。
My forceps and retractors.
そう。
Yeah, we're not that kind of business. Then Kurisu stabs the gelatinous banana with her index finger. She buries her beautiful fingertip knuckle deep into slimy banana. They're making this sound horny too.
何をする？希少な実験データを。
I mean, unlike you, Rentaro. This is a lady who knows how to use her fingers.
グズグズね。
Yeah, no shit. Kurisu extracts her finger, pieces of gel cling to her fingertip. She puts that fingertip into her mouth without any hesitation.
味はなしか。
She says it with a straight face. Yeah, braver than the rest of you fucks. Hold on. Is my mouse is not reacting. Alright.
食い意地が張っているとはまだまだお子様だな。蘇りし者。
Hold on, maybe
そんなに腹が減っているならば、
off
バナナ一本ぐらい恵んでやろう。
tooth again. Okay, we got it back on.
いりません。
Okay.
そもそもあのバナナ眉しのじゃん。
遠慮することはない。俺が恵んでやると言っているのだ。
変態のバナナなんて誰が食べるもんですか？
Yeah, valid.
変態のバナナ。
Good going, Daru. Daru starts shaking as if he's been electrocuted. What? What's wrong?
変態のバナナを食べる。ぐずぐず。指くわえる。まずと顔をしかめる。
Looks like his cranial pervert processor is overclocking.
マキセシ。今のをもう一度お願いできる？できれば悔しそうな顔でよろ。
はい。
ほら、変態のバナナなんて誰が食べるもんかって。できればその後で、ああ、でも、もう付け加えてくれるとなおグッド。
Well, that's very specific. Oh, she put it together. Suddenly, Kurisu's face turns bright red.
だるよ。お前はどうしようもないクズだし、最低の変態だが、今回ばかりはよくやったと言っておこう。
Payback is sweet. Now to follow up for maximum combo, let's show this conceited little girl how true adults fight.
それでマキセクリス、お前は今何を想像したのだ？ぜひ教えてほしいものだな。
Why, you little...
さあいえ、天才少女、天才がどんな妄想をしたのか、ご考説願おうではないか。
バカ！
Kurisu turns her back to us with perked shoulders. Looks like she's capable of expressing human emotion after all. That rules out robotic killing machine. Ah, I feel refreshed. I haven't felt this good in years. Way to go, Daru. That's my right-hand man. Always gets the job done.
あんたたち、二人とも変態だったのね。
いや
Don't admit it, you idiot.
お前に言われたくはない。
オーケー。生意気な振る舞いについては謝ります。
Kurisu sighs deeply and turns back to us. Her composure has already returned.
その原因があなた方のセクハラ行為にあったとしても、今は不問にする。
I wish she would stop saying for now. It's like she's gonna call the cops on me later.
詳しく教えてください。このバナナのことと、それとそっちの。
Kurisu glances at the phone wave named subject to change.
電子レンジのこと。
トップシークレットだ。あえて部外者の前に一つだけ教えてやれるとするなら、こいつの名前は電話レンジカッコ仮だということぐらいだ。
カッコ仮？何それ？
そのままの意味だ。名前はまだ仮なのだ。
名前なんてどうでもいい。
だが、名前以外は教えることはできないぞ。
でもさ、オカリン、マキセ氏ならこのヘンテコ機能について解明してくれるかもよ。
それは。
She is a genius. She would have to be to defeat my sharp wit. We can trust her intellect, at least. But it's hard to stomach her attitude. Plus, she has danger written on her face. Not to mention, she's a little scary, too. Then, I get a great idea.
ニヤニヤしちゃって。また何か変態チックなこと考えてる？
クリスティーナと言ったか、貴様。
誰がクリスティーナだ？一言も言っとらんわ。
Yeah, that's where one of my tags comes from. Along with Tuturu and Nyan. Christina sounds like the name of a Hollywood film star. It definitely has more flavor than her real name.
このレンジの秘密を教えてほしければ、俺と取引してもらおうか。
何よ？
まず一つ、貴様にはラボメンとなってもらう。
ラーメン？
ラボメンだ、バカ者。ラボラトリーメンバー。
Oh, okay. I see what they were going for.
迎えてくれるっていうこと？でも私、8月中にアメリカに帰る予定なんですけど。
他者に秘密を漏らさないという誓約書を書いてもらうさ。
NDA, good old NDAs.
貴様がむっつりスケベな変態だとサイエンス誌に告発する。
鬼畜だな、オカリン。そのサイエンス発売されたら5冊買う。
ラボメンとなった暁には帰国するまでゲストとしてその頭脳を我がラボのために役立ててもらって結構だ。
偉そうに。詳しく契約書を見せて。
そんなものはない。ここはサークルであって会社ではないのだ。
He's just saying that because they don't have a printer in there.
知識を提供するだけなら OK です。ただし、他に変態的なオプション契約があるなら答えはノーよ。
取って食ったりしないから安心しろ。
セクハラはする気？
しないっつの。
さっきあなた、まず一つって言いましたよね。二つ目があるんでしょ？それが変態的要求の可能性が。
二つ目の条件は、
Second
俺
condition.
が貴様に対して行ったセクハラ一歩手前の行為について全て不問にすることだ。
オカリンちっちゃい。人としての器がちっちゃいっす。そこに痺れる、憧れる。
That's why we love you, that's why we admire you. Full quote, that's why we love you, that's why we admire you. A quotation from the popular manga la 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 used to express someone's capabilities, often used sarcastically, in reference to negative character traits such as pettiness.
ダルに言われたくない。ちなみに、ダルのセクハラ行為はこの件に含まれない。そっちは二人で話し合え。
なんだとこら、ふざけるな。
こちらからの要求は以上だ。この2点を飲めないのなら今すぐお引き取り願おう。さあどうする？悪くない取引だと思うかな。
あんた
Kurisu puts her fingers to her brow and shakes her head in an exaggerated gesture.
まったくノルアドレナリンが過剰分泌されてる気分よ。
Noradrenaline.
下がらないわ。
Okay, a neurotransmitter secreted in the brain, proper name... Let's see... Norepinephrine. Secreted when in an excited emotional state.
貴様が顎関節症になろうとしたことではない。要求を飲むか飲まないか。さあ答えろクリスティーナ。
だからティーナってつけるな。私はクリス。
Kurisu looks up at the ceiling to calm herself down. Does everyone in America make such exaggerated gestures? Sooner or later, she'll say, damn, or, oh my god, or, motherfucker. Stick a pin in that last one, folks. Stick a pin in that.
オーケー。取引する。
いい返事だ。今この瞬間、君はラボ面ナンバー004となった。歓迎しようクリスティーナ。いや、ザ・ゾンビよ。
ECW's The Zombie.
ちゃんと呼べ。おーい。
We spend a minute staring each other down. Kurisu's the first to look away. She does so in a way that says, good grief.
子供ですね。
何か言ったか？天才変態少女。
ああ、もう。以後
Hentai Shoujo, that's my favorite manga.
あんたのこと変態扱いしないから。もう許して。
わかればいいのだ。
I wonder if I... Da-da-da-da-da-da.
では本題に入ろう。ダリオ、クリスティーナに。
ティーナも禁止。
No ex Tina.
クリス君にこれまでに我々が行った実験について説明してやりたまえ。
だが断る。
But I refuse. A quotation from a popular manga, that one again on the internet, used frequently as a cool way to turn someone down. In the end, I'm the one who has to explain. Along the way, I also relate the tale of my heroic deeds, which enrages Kurisu, of course, but I finally tell her everything about the bananas and the phone wave name subject to change. Kurisu doesn't ask any questions, she's quick to understand, as expected of a genius.
やっぱり興味深いわ。
貴様の見解を聞こう。
少なくとも電磁波兵器やテレポートだっていうくだらない仮説は捨てるべきですね。
The lady doth protest too much.
もう一度実験してみてもいい？私もこの目で見てみたいの。
Without waiting for our approval, Kurisu plucks an untouched banana and sticks it into the microwave, then starts entering the commands on her phone. It's strange. She's still wearing her usual frown, but I can't shake the feeling that she's really enjoying herself. I can't put my finger on why. Call it a hunch. But I mean, she is a scientist, so why shouldn't she enjoy experimenting?
岡部さんと橋田さんはバナナの方を見てて。
俺に指図しないでもらおうか。俺はマッドサイエンティストの方を。
いいからバナナから目を離さないでください。
Okay, so she's a little snippy. Daru and I do as we're told and stare at the bananas. Truth be told, we were planning to watch the bananas anyway. After missing it the first time, we're determined to witness what transpired with our own eyes.
60秒経過。何か変化は？
ないな。
Any second now, the jellified banana should reappear on the stem. If it only happens once, we can call it an accident and be done with it. But if it happens twice, then that's proof that something's actually going on. And then Kurisu will have to admit that I, the great Hyoin Kyoma, have invented humanity's first teleporter. I keep staring at the bananas in anticipation.
100秒。
A few moments after Kurisu's report...
お
A Gelbana suddenly appears without a sound. Now there are two of them on the bunch. It happened faster than the blink of an eye.
出てきた
I'm at a loss for words. I just witnessed the unthinkable. This phenomenon is clearly teleportation. The microwave timer chimes. Kurisu peeks into the microwave, stumped.
そっちはどうだった？
104秒経過した時に
Okay, at 104 seconds. She's quite flustered. I don't think many people could remain calm after witnessing such a phenomenon.
やはりテレポートなのだよ。人類史上初のな。
Kurisu quickly calms down. She furrows her brow and crosses her arms, tapping her right foot as she mutters to herself.
瞬間移動なんてそんなのありえるの？でも実際に移動したし信じられないけど量子テレポートかな。
Quantum
あれ
teleportation.
は量子レベルでの話だし。
And by that, does not refer to actual teleportation. In 2004, Japanese researchers performed the first successful, complete quantum leap experiment. Suppose we have twin particles, photons in this case, A and B. Because they are twins, they have the property of symmetry. If one exhibits upspin, the other will exhibit downspin. This means that observing either particle allows one to know the state of the other. This is called entanglement. The state of an elementary particle, photon, cannot be confirmed until observed. For the experiment, we attach data C, the information we want to teleport, to photon A. We are now observing photon AC. Based on the property of symmetry, we know that, no matter how far away it may be, photon B will change to match, effectively becoming BC. Note that photon B has not yet been observed. Afterwards, we send photon AC's information from A's observation equipment to B's observation equipment through standard transmission. Now, observing photon B will change it to photon BC. This process is called quantum teleportation because data C changes position instantly. However, since one step requires using standard data transmission, it is impossible for the information to exceed the speed of light. Finally, photon BC's teleported data C is actually a copy of photon AC's data C. The whereabouts of the original photon C become unknown. The point differentiates quantum teleportation from actual teleportation.
現実から目を背けるな。その目で見たものが全てだ。
She gives me a sharp look. Her eyes are like a sniper's, hard and keen.
本当にテレポートなの？結論ありきで考えるのは危険よ。
ならば天才少女よ。今の現象は何だというのだ。
整理しよう。
Okay.
バナナの房や冷凍唐揚げの時はテレポートしなかった。そうよね。
例えばテレポートできるものの大きさに限度があるのかもしれん。
唐揚げってバナナより小さいじゃない。
実験にはいつも同じ唐揚げを使っていた。ワンパック12個入りだ。
Okay, Mayuri only buys her favorite juicy chicken number 1.
そうなると結構な量だよな。
塩は？塩でも実験してみたんでしょ？
We used a handful of table salt on a plate for one experiment. Nothing happened.
お皿が邪魔だったか。
もちろん皿なしの状態でもやってみたが変化なしだった。
だったら食塩については一粒一粒を基準とした場合小さすぎるからダメとか。とっかかりが欲しい。
Looks like our genius girl's fighting a hard battle. She starts pacing the room, looking a little annoyed.
他には電話レンジに関連することで気づいたことある？
電話レンジではなく電話レンジ過去仮だ。
どっちでもいいわよ、そんなの。どうなの？気づいたことあるの？ないの？
Kurisu's looking at Daru. Looks like she's asking him, not me. True, he should know more about the phone wave named subject to change than I do. He's done all the maintenance on it, after all.
ああ、そうだ。一度こいつからすごい放電が起きたお。
何？そんな話は初耳だぞ。
オカリンがいない時だったからな。
放電ってどの程度？
この開発室が蛍光灯で照らされたように明るくなったんだよ。それが2秒くらい続いたかな。
どういう状況で起きたの？
こいつに繋いでる携帯の調整、専用のものを外して代わりに自分の携帯を接続して、そしたらしばらくしてビリビリ。
それはいつのことだ？
昨日の昼だよ。オカリンがドクター中鉢の発表会を見に行った時。
ドクター中鉢。
That's right. I went to see Dr. Nakabachi's conference yesterday. Come to think of it, he stole his time travel theory from John Titor. Maybe the current John Titor is actually Nakabachi.
だが待て。誰よ？お前は言ったはずだぞ。ドクター中鉢の発表会は中止になったと。
そう、その時。でもオカリンは中止にもかかわらずマユシと一緒に出かけていったろう。
No, I don't remember that. After all, Nakabachi's presentation wasn't cancelled the way I remember it. I still don't understand why my memory seemed to disagree with everyone else's.
そういえばその時間、俺はダルにメールをした。着信しなかったのか？
メールって？
昨日 ATF で見せてくれたメール。
When I nod, Kurisu comes over.
それって確か私がその発表会で男に刺されて死んだっていう内容だったわよね。
ああ、だがダルの携帯にはなぜか1週間以上前に届いていて。
は？あれってオカリンの嘘じゃないん？でないとタイムスタンプがおかしなことになるじゃん。
俺はいつも真実しか言わん。というか、そこまで言うなら送信履歴を見せてやる。
I whip out my phone and call up the history. But
ない。
not a trace of that mail remains. According to my memory, I think it was about 30 minutes after Dr. Nakabachi's conference. About 10 people, including me, saw Kurisu's body, panicked, and fled Radicon. That's when I sent that mail. But no matter how many times I check, there's no record of it. It should be there, but it isn't. Just like the banana inside the phone wave named subject to change.
なぜないんだ？俺は確かに送ったぞ。昼の1時前には。
あ、まさにその時間だよ。放電現象が起きたのは。いいともが終わる直前だったからな。
Suddenly, a flash of inspiration strikes. Inspiration! Edison would be proud. This isn't something you can accomplish with effort. Basically, I'm a genius. I turn to Daru and Kurisu with a huge grin on my face.
なるほどな。そういうことだったのか。
何？
ああ、これはオカリンのいつもの癖だからあんま気にしない方がいいよ、マジで。
黙れ！俺は気づいた。気づいてしまったのだ。
I slap the top of the phone wave named subject to change.
俺が送ったメールの不可思議な現象と放電が起きたことにはズバリ何か関係がある。
Ah.
うん。
で、
I thought you were gonna
何
go
か
on a
関
little
係が
more.
あるのは分かった。で、何かって何？
それを調べるのがお前の仕事だ、クリスティーナ。
橋田さん、この人と話すの疲れる。
最初はみんなそうだよ。基本的な対策は真に受けないこと。
そこ、俺の言動を全否定するな。
Whatever. I'll prove that I'm right. If we can reproduce the electrical discharge phenomenon, it should bring us closer to understanding the timestamp mystery.
誰放電現象が起きた時の電話レンジカッコ仮の状態を教えろ。
結構無茶な状態にしてたんだよな。自分の携帯を電話レンジにつなげてペケロッパで操作可能かどうかテストしてた。
I disconnect the phone plugged into the phone wave named subject to change and replace it with mine. And then I hear the door open in the lounge.
ただいまー。お腹すいた。
Oh, she's not going to be happy when she sees what we did to her bananas. Mayuri comes in carrying a convenience store bag. Looks like she's done with work.
唐揚げ食べようっと。ジューシー唐揚げナンバーワン。おかり、バナナ買っといてくれた？ねえ、おかり。
When she enters the development room, her eyes go wide.
あれれ？お客さん？
Once she notices Kurisu, Mayuri bows her head with her usual smile.
まゆしーです。よろしくね。
マキシェです。ラボメンになったみたいです。
ほんと？すごい！女の子のラボメンだ。
誰ペケロッパでどんな操作を。
さっき言った通りメールの着信設定の調整だって。 遠隔操作のためのメールを受け取った時のモニタリング用でさ。だから同時に120秒の冷凍機能を使ってた。 PC からでも冷凍機能を起動できるようにしてやんだよね。昨日はそのテストもしてたんだ。
マユリ、ジューシー唐揚げナンバーワンを電話レンジカッコ仮の中へ。
みんなも唐揚げ食べる？一個ずつならあげてもいいよ。
With her usual ditziness, Mayuri puts the chicken inside the microwave. Daru explains what everything on the computer monitor means. Doesn't look that different from using DOS. Yeah, for old people, disk operating system, an early 16-bit operating system. For you little whippersnappers out there. I enter 120 hashtag, or 120 pound, I suppose I should be saying, on the keyboard and strike the enter key. The phone wave, named subject to change, starts up. The juicy chicken #1 starts spinning backwards on the turntable. Kurisu stares hard at the phone wave named subject to change, as if to not let any anomaly, no matter how slight, escape her notice.
これで放電現象が起きた時の条件は再現したはずだな。
どうだったっけ？
そこに突っ立っている助手。
は？私？
他に誰がいるのだ？
いつから私はあんたの助手になった？
いいから、俺のメールアドに何かメールを送れ。
If we've reproduced the conditions correctly, then if she sends something to my phone while it's connected to the phone wave named subject to change, it should arrive with a timestamp from the past, not the present. But my assistant, Kurisu, just scowls.
私、あんたのアドレス知らないわよ。
使えない助手だな。
勝手に助手にすんなと言ったろうが。
誰？お前の携帯からメールを。
あ、おう、なんて？
適当でいい。クリスティーナは変態。これで送れ。
Oh, okay.
変態禁止って言っただろ。
じゃあ間を取ってオカリンは変態で。
I'm looking at Kurisu's jacket, and you can see the little straps around the part of like the upper arm, like right about where your armpit would end. I don't think I've ever seen anyone wearing an actual jacket like that in person.
この裏切り者め。
Oh, I tend to wear all the jackets I've ever worn tend to have a bit more room in the arm. I tend to prefer it that way.
橋田さん、Good job.
Wait, what are we saying good job for? Okay, Okarinsa, okay. Well, okay. No lies detected there, Daru. I really don't like this. It sounds like Mayuri has found the results of our latest experiment.
Mail 送信するぜ。
マユシーさん、お金は後で払うよ。そこの法務員さんが。
Yeah, she'll force us to buy more bananas.
なぜ俺なのだ。
どうしていつもマユシーの食べ物で実験するの？あ、もしかしてこの唐揚げも実験してるのかな？
Yeah, who's gonna tell her?
そういうことだ。
はいはい。送信するよ。送信ポチッとな。
Mayuri slips past me and steps up to the active phone wave. Name subject to change. Before anyone can react, she grabs the handle.
おい待て。開けるなマユリ。
But it's too late. There's the electricity. She's getting rightened. Blue white light fills the room, crackling angrily like the heart of a storm. A violent sparking sound. I grab Mayuri and pull her away from the phone wave, name subject to change.
なんかやばくね？
I guess that's supposed to, like, imitate the sound of, like, lightning cracking. It sounds like someone's trying to enter. Okay. Ooh, alright. White light, white heat. A thin cloud of smoke fills the room. It smells like something's burning. My eyes are numb from all the flashing light. I try blinking several times to regain my sight. I can hear Kurisu and Daru coughing.
全員怪我はないか？なんとか。
ねえ、2秒どころかもっと長い時間放電してなかった？
Mayuri squeezes my upper arm with her slender fingers. My vision gradually returns. Mayuri looks perplexed.
大丈夫。やけどとかしてないか。
どこも痛くないから平気だと思うけど。
Looks like covering Mayuri was the right choice. I may be an insane mad scientist, but I still risk life and limb for the safety of my comrades. I gently let Mayuri out of my embrace. Well, that was something. I wipe the sweat off my brow. Look at what? Kurisu's voice is strained. Little typo there. With my vision finally restored, I take another look around the room. And what I see strikes me speechless. The large table in the center of the room is made of thick, solid wood. It can hold about 5 or 6 people without breaking. That's why we placed the phone wave name subject to change and the X68000 on it. That table has been split in two as if by a woodcutter's axe. The computer and other parts connected to the microwave are scattered across the floor. And the microwave itself has broken through the table. It's literally stuck in the floor.
なんぞこれ、どうなって、いくら電子レンジでも床に穴を開けるほど重くはないっしょ。
放電現象だけじゃこうはならない。それ以外の現象が。
I shake off my surprise. There's no time to be standing with jaw agape. No time to be standing with jaw agape, Hoin Kyoma. Seize the moment. Carpe denim. First, some maniacal laughter. Next, I try to take out my phone and do the usual, but unfortunately it's still plugged into the phone wave, named subject to change. El Sai Kongru. I whisper the words. Words that have no meaning. Words I use simply because they sound cool. These words have meaning because they have no meaning. After years of repeated use, just speaking them is enough to calm my heart.
マユシの唐揚げがひどいことになってる件について。
Mayuri stands up and looks inside the phone wave named subject to change. It's embedded in the floor, but she somehow manages to pry the door open. I pat Mayuri's shoulders to cheer her up. Yeah, you should have said that at the meat processing plant.
今は電話レンジに何が起きたのか解析するのが先。どうでもいいなんてあんまりだよ。クリスティーナちゃん。ちょっと、そこのホーイン今日はどうしてくれんのよ。
Hoin. Gotta remember that.
間違えて覚えてる。
それより換気した方がいいよ。
うるさい。黙れお前たち。
I affix everyone with an overpowering stare. This shall be remembered as the moment that the greatest experiment of the century succeeded and brought humanity a step forward in a new direction. These guys have no right to ruin that with their foolish talk. My heart pounding, I detach my phone from the phone wave, name subject to change. Luckily, it's completely unharmed. I open it. It still works. I bring up the list of received emails. New email should come at the top. However, my heart beats even faster. The topmost email isn't the one Daru sent before the discharge occurred. This impossible phenomenon is exactly what I was hoping for. I look back through my email history, and there, I find it. He's a P. We are a P. Success. I don't know why, but it was a success. The timestamp proves it. I received this email on July 24th, 5 days ago. This is the same exact thing that happened to my Someone Stabbed Kurisu email. A mail sent on the 29th arrived on the 24th. And just now, the truth was revealed to me in a flash of inspiration. I feel my lips twist into a grin. I meet Kurisu's glare head on. Serendipity. Okay. How dare she ruin my speech? Oh well, let's get to the point.
溶けかけた唐揚げは冷凍状態に戻った。房からちぎられたバナナは房へと戻った。まさか。
Kurisu seems to get it now. As expected of my genius assistant. This is the choice of Steins Gate.
この電話レンジ過去仮はタイムマシンだ。
There we go. Oh, finally at Chapter 2. Alright, so let me just do a quick save right here. Overwrite that. And I'm going to take a bit of a breather. Let me refill my glass, and we'll go on for a little bit longer. How about that? How about that? I think that's the approach we'll be taking. Also, we're not in the animal cafe anymore. We're not in the maid cafe. So I can get rid of these things. Alright, alright. Now I feel more like myself now. Alright, I will be back shortly. So in the meantime, I'll let the dancing boys keep you company. BRB. Alright. Alright. How about... maybe not too much longer, let's say. Let's see what we can do in, like, the next 20 minutes. How about that? How about that? I think that should be good enough. Okay. The dawn of a new day. Fucking shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Moeka here. You are a student, Okabe-kun. Are you a student? Are you on summer break? By the way, I don't like talking on the phone, so please don't call me. Are you a day person or a night person? If you'd rather I email you around a certain time, let me know. I want to reply to you as soon as I can. I want you to reply as soon as I can, but I don't want to be a bother. I just remembered I didn't tell you my phone number. That's okay, I'm a lot more comfortable communicating by email anyway. What about you? Are you still asleep? Rise and shine. Have you talked to Super Hacker yet? Oh, also, I'd like to hear more about John What's-His-Face. I'm super curious. I'm nocturnal, so I usually don't go to bed until the sun comes up. It's not too bad once you get used to it. Mail me when you wake up, okay? Someone's a little demanding. Actually, it's already noon. We didn't sleep at all. Sleep deprivation makes the summer sun seem all the brighter. I really don't want to go outside, but I'm fed up with all the humidity and the all. That's my throat getting parched. My dried out throat. I need to do something about it. Really don't want to go outside, but I'm fed up with the humidity inside the lab. I chug a bottle of Dr. P. My stomach protests. Maybe I drank too fast. I'm exhausted. My hands are shaking slightly and my vision is cloudy. I could pass out if I'm not careful. Maybe I should take a shower. That should stave off exhaustion, if only temporarily. I don't know if... Why did you mention shower? Also, this little rinky-dink little shack has a shower in it? This building has a basic shower room. There's no bath, but it's enough. The lab would be hell without it. Daru is at his computer, his back turned towards me. His right leg is bouncing impatiently. The room is mostly silent, save for the electric fans humming and Daru's mouth clicks. Daru doesn't look my way, and he doesn't try to start a conversation. Neither do I. I don't have the energy. Outside is a sunny summer afternoon, but inside the air is stale and empty of life. Yesterday, that shocking experiment convinced me that the phone wave, named Subject to Change, was also a time machine. But Kurisu didn't seem willing to accept the results. She just started screaming. Then she took a mad dash out of the lab. It was like she couldn't get out of here fast enough. As for Mayuri, she was depressed about her chicken and bananas, so she skipped her daily costume sewing and went home. Grudges over food run deep, I guess. Which leaves the lab empty, save for Daru and me. Our enthusiasm shot through the roof when we realized that the phone wave named Subject to Change had tremendous hidden potential. We nearly died of excitement after successfully sending an email to the past. So we stayed up all night doing experiments to confirm whether or not the phone wave named Subject to Change is indeed a time machine. The results, however... We went to the supermarket and stocked up on a wide variety of items. We tossed each of them into the phone wave named Subject to Change, but everything failed. No change. Nothing happened. After the experiment where the discharge phenomenon occurred, everything warmed up normally. No jellification. Suddenly, we couldn't get anything to happen. We still have no idea why. That sounds like every time I try to do something new on OBS. I try to do things and I can't get anything to work. I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. First, let's review the problems revealed by this last run of experiments. Problem 1, electrical discharge safety precautions. We removed everything flammable from the development room to reduce the risk of fire. We also prepared 2 fire buckets full of water, just in case. But that's not a fundamental solution. We'll keep an eye out from now on, but if things get dangerous, we should seriously consider relocating our experiments. Problem 2, mass increase. When the discharge phenomenon occurs, the phone wave, named subject to change, suddenly gains mass for unknown reasons. Because of this, the microwave broke and the table made a dent in the floor. To deal with the issue, we place the microwave on the floor, we spread cushions and blankets underneath. This hides the hole in the floor, too. It's only a temporary fix, though. If we make any more holes, Mr. Braun is quite capable of raising my rent. And that's to say nothing of the calamity it will cause if it falls through the floor. Anyway, we need to find the source of the mass increase, if amateurs like even us can, that is. But the first 2 problems pale before the third. This last problem is critical. Until we solve it, we can't even really experiment with the phone wave named subject to change. Problem 3, we're not even sure of the necessary conditions to send email to the past. No matter how many times we tried, we couldn't pin down a single condition. We spent the entire night doing trial and error. We tried over 40 different things, but not once could we reproduce the discharge phenomenon. I had the idea that opening the microwave door was the key. That theory was proven false. There might be something else I'm missing, but for now, we're at an impasse. We started off in high spirits, but grew more and more frustrated as time progressed, which brings us to the present. Honestly, I gave up. That's why I spent the entire morning lazing about like this. Another email pops up on my phone. I haven't gotten a reply yet. Are you still asleep? You sleep too much, Okabe-kun. You're living like an old man. Well, I guess I'm not able to talk. I'm not one to talk. Lamau. Anyway, let me know when you have something on the IBN 5100, pretty please. I've been getting way too many of these since yesterday. They're all from Shining Finger, the woman called Kiryu Moeka. I've never used email this often before. Even Mayuri only sends me 1 or 2 a day, and she's a teenage girl. Frankly, this is starting to get on my nerves. I saw how fast Shining Finger typed. That should have been enough to tip me off that she was a male demon. I was careless. It's too much of a pain to reply, so I ignore it. I finish off my bottle of Dr. P. My stomach gurgles. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I'm so hungry. I don't even feel like showering. Stinky-ass motherfucker, that's you. I call out to Daru, who's hammering on the keyboard. Ugh. Oh, it's someone else, finally. Mayushi's spending money is getting dangerously low. You and Daru need to chip in sometimes. You don't want to get between me and my food. Don't get angry, next time I'll treat you to anything you want to eat, so keep buying more bananas for the sake of our experiments. Okay, Sanbo for some beef bowl. Yeah, I could use some beef bowl too, but I'm probably just gonna have leftover turkey chili once we're done here.
腹は減ってないのか？
減ったけどさ。
煮え切らない男め。
What is... We left out a letter. We left out a word. What is he doing on the computer anyway? I'm curious, so I casually peek over his shoulder. There's an image of a futuristic-looking facility I've never seen before. Richly colored cords crawl through a gigantic octagonal tunnel like the interior of a spaceship from a sci-fi movie. Based on the height of the people in the picture, the tunnel looks to be more than 10 meters tall. Incidentally, the people don't look Japanese. Daru sighs heartily. I don't know if the blank look in his eyes is from sleepiness, exhaustion, or if something's just wrong with him. Oh, okay, I know that thing, the large hard-on. I know it well. Large Hadron Collider. Large hard-on he made the same joke. Large hard-on colander. Coriander? Large hard-on coriander. Is that an incantation? No, a secret technique. Hadron Collider. Yeah, what kind of dork are you? I grab Daru's relaxed shoulders and wring them out.
LHC マジ燃えるからおぬぬめ。
お前
He thinks large hard-ons are cute.
性欲を
ねえよ。でもなんつうの、見ててワクワクするっつうの、ニヤニヤできるっつうの、そんな感じってあるやん。
You like it when science happens.
そういえば少し前は工場や高速道路の高架下がたまらないとか言っていたな。
うん。
そうそう、あれと一緒。
節操がなさすぎる。
When will it end? When will it end?
ジャンル分けして自分で
Oh, I missed that bit. I missed 2D, 3D, and even inanimate objects.
興味の対象を狭める方がもったいなくね。
And yet, you'll do anything to avoid things that don't interest you. Hypocrite.
セルンコ。
That name. I've seen it somewhere and recently. Where was it again? Oh, of course.
ジョン・タイター。
ああ、ジョン・タイター？オカリンが言ってたのって今アットチェンで祭りになってるやつのことだったんだな。
それは偽物である可能性もある。俺が言っているジョン・タイターは10年前に現れた方だ。
10年前にも現れたん？同一人物？
とにかくジョン・タイターがセルンのことについて触れていた。
Bat. Did I not click it on? Hold on. Let me just make sure. Okay. I'm just checking the mic again to make sure nothing goofy's happening. I don't remember all of it, but there's one thing I'm sure of.
タイターはこんな予言を残した。すなわち2034年までにセルンがタイムマシンを完成させると。
おお、タイムマシン。まさにタイムリーな話題じゃん。
I see what you did there.
今のタイターも言ってた気がする。
10年前だろうが今だろうがどちらでもいい。それより気にならないか、ダル。この奇妙な符号はシュタインズゲートの選択である可能性が高い。
タイターって信頼できるん？
信頼できるかできないかはどうでもいいのだ。俺たちと奴は今タイムマシンというキーワードでつながっている。そのタイターが言及したセルンについて念のために調べたとしても損にはならないはず。
Vigor returns to my body. Curiosity truly is the greatest delicacy for a mad scientist like me. Anyway, the phone wave, named subject to change experiment has hit a dead end for now, so it shouldn't matter if I make a little detour for this.
誰？セルンについて詳しく。
オッケー。僕のセルンフォルダが火を吹くぜ。
Daru strikes his keys with renewed passion. He goes to the My Pictures folder and opens a folder literally called CERN.
セルンは世界最大の素粒子物理学の研究施設だよ。 ヨーロッパ素粒子物理学研究所だとか欧州素粒子原子核研究機構みたいな通称で呼ばれることもある。スイスとフランスの国境
Okay, some completely different acronyms there.
古いところだと HTML や HTTP ワールドワイドウェブを生み出したところってんで有名。
Okay, let's take a look-see at those. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, internet abbreviated as www, World Wide Web. HTML. Have you ever wondered what that meant? Okay, hypertext markup language, a language used to design web page documents, allows the embedding of images, videos, and sound in hyperlinks. And hypertext transfer protocol, the communication protocol used to transfer data like HTML between a browser and a web server.
ワールドワイドウェブだと。それってインターネットの？
ビンゴ URL の最初についてるやつ。
CERN invented that? All I know about CERN is what I read, Okay, all I know about CERN is what I read in John Titor's book. I never knew they were that amazing.
日本じゃそんなに馴染みはないけど、日本の研究チームも現在進行形で参加してたりするのだぜ。
セルンはどんな研究を？
基本的には素粒子物理学かな。世界でも唯一セルンしか持ってない超でかい実験装置を持ってるんだ。いわゆる粒子加速器ってやつ。低速汎用子蓄積リング、陽子シンクロトロンブースター、大型電子陽電子コライダーで、ラスボスは世界最大を誇る LHC ラージハドロンコライダータン。
Oh, come on, why are you doing that? Tan? Otaku possessed the ability to anthropomorphize, in Moe form, just about anything in the world simply by sticking Tan at the end of its name. Daru's powers encompass even particle accelerators. Yeah, to represent a non-human entity as a humanoid character, animals, and military hardware are among the most common subjects, but anything can be anthropomorphized, even abstract concepts, chemical weapons, and counties, or countries. Yeah, way too much to reference there now. Daru doesn't seem to notice my shock, he just brings up the next image.
LHC はセルンの地下にある全長約27キロのサークル状トンネルに設置された粒子加速器なんだよ。陽子同士をそのトンネルで加速させて衝突させることで未知の素粒子反応を起こそうって実験を去年あたりから始めてる。まあ実験開始前はその実験でミニブラックホールが作られちゃうかもって噂もあったな。そのミニブラックホールに地球が飲み込まれる。宇宙がやばいみたいな。
Mini black holes. I'm pretty sure Titor said his time machine used mini black holes. Are the things he said about CERN true?
現実にそうなる可能性は？
あるわねえよ。セルンが公式に否定してる。もし仮にミニブラックホールが生成されたとしても、エネルギー量はすごく小さいから生まれた瞬間に消えるね。地球を飲み込むなんて全然無理っしょ。
だが火のないところに煙は立たない。
If I remember correctly, Titor claimed that CERN began time machine research in 2001. In 2034, they complete the time machine. Right now, it's 2010. If they actually started that research, it would have been 9 years ago. According to their official announcements, they only began experimenting in 2008. That's suspicious. Of course, that's assuming Titor's story is true. Some of Titor's predictions were on the mark, but most weren't. I'm also perplexed by how everyone around me seems to have forgotten about Titor's 2000 appearance. There's something important in Titor's tale. Or at least, I want there to be. I take out my phone and put it to my ear.
聞いて驚くな。悪の陰謀の匂いを嗅ぎつけた。ジョン・タイターとセル。 その2つの言葉から俺が言いたいことは分かってもらえるはずだ。ああ、そうだ。奴らは機関とつながりがある可能性が高い。偶然だと？おいおい、あまり俺を失望させるなよ。
Yes, yes, whispers, mad scientist intuition, more puny bullshit.
ああ、ミニブラックホールによってだ。だが、もしもその
Yeah, I bet you've got a mini black hole.
どうかな。
That's where you shove all your jelly bananas.
当然だ。俺を誰だと思っている？すべてはシュタインズゲートの選択だよ。L、サイン、コングル。
I put away my phone and then turned to find Daru giving me an exasperated look.
お前は一体誰と戦っているんだ？
誰よ。俺たちのやるべきことは一つだ。
やるべきこと？なんぞ。
なんぞではない。引き返すな。そこは全てを組んでにやりと笑うのだ。でないとスーパーハッカーらしくないだろうが。
I wanted him to say something like, well, why the hell not, so what's in it for me? And then we'd continue like this, grinning slyly the whole time. A week's worth of potato chips. 10 days. You sure are a glutton. The dive makes you a hungry man. Deal. Get started. You got it, boss. Or something like that. Yep. A real cool conversation. But the real world Daru just purses his lips.
オカリはいつも説明不足なんだっつうの。
Mayuri?
先に分かるように話
She actually believes us. Then again, we did do her gotcha gambling for her. Work with me here.
お前はスーパーハッカーだ。
ハカーって言うな。せめてハッカーにして。
あとは分かるな。
Bozin Haka.
いや全然。
That guy, that hollow star fellow.
セル。
Bonzuin. How the fuck do you say it? Do I even have what? Well, I don't care. I'll deal with it later. Daru stares at me in disbelief.
それはひょっとしてギャグで言っているのか？
誰？お前ならできる。奴らの悪事を暴き、タイムマシーンについてのヒントを手に入れろ。
悪事ってオカリンの妄想だろう。
Yes, like Dick Dastardly. From Hanna-Barbera. Never won any of those wacky races.
今が分岐点だ。
マジで言ってんの？
俺はいつでもマジである。
I look Daru straight in the eye as I answer. Looks like that made him understand my position. Daru sweeps the garbage off his desk and sits up straight.
どうなっても知らないぜ。
Suddenly, Daru is bursting with energy. It's like his earlier lethargy was a lie.
交渉成立だ。すぐ。
うは、みなぎってきた。
報酬のポテチ1週間分はスイスの銀行に振り込んでおく。
Daru doesn't respond. He's already deep in concentration.
じゃあ、俺は寝る。あとは任せた。
I lie down on the sofa and let the clacking of Daru's keyboard lull me to sleep. Okay, alright. New day, new scene. I think we will drop the shave here. Overwrite that. Okay, that should do it for us tonight. That should do it for us. That's good enough for a weeknight. And we'll do more of the story when I get around to it. We'll take it as it comes along. So, alright, appreciate everyone who dropped by, lurked, etc., etc., etc. Let's see. Okay. Okay, how about this? Holy hell, she's still going at it. Okay. Gonna give Ghost Girl Blues a raid, and, we will do that, and, I'll wind down. I'll go help myself to some, not crunchy chicken, though I did have crispy crunchy delivered to the office today, but, some leftover turkey, chili. And, we will resume with this at a later date, hopefully sooner rather than later. But until next time, everybody, until next time, this is Poncho Smith signing off, and as always, good night, good luck, and I will catch you all in the next one. Later.